responses to climate change, we talk a lot about the need to link top-down and community-based grassroots initiatives. It's a truism by now, we all know that top-down approaches alone won't work, and a lot of development agencies are putting a lot of effort into promoting community-based adaptation. However, the need to link the two is imperative, particularly in fragile contexts. And that's because community-based approaches alone will not be sufficient unless they're grounded in a national framework. We can take the example of community-based forestry in Nepal to illustrate this. So in Nepal, ownership of the forest was handed over to the communities in the 1990s, and this was really heralded as a positive step towards putting the governance of a resource into the hands of those people that actually use it and know it. However, when through our research we've looked into the implications of this, whilst there are certainly several really positive aspects of community ownership of forests, there are also some less positive and potentially harmful or destabilizing aspects, particularly when these user groups are divided on ethnic or geographic community lines, and these are issues such as the fact that the community around one particular resource is not necessarily going to be linked to other resource user groups. So if you're governing your forest, are you thinking about the implications on water user groups or farmers or even factories that are going to be affected by the decisions that you make in managing your resource? And similarly, you're interested in your community's interests, and that doesn't necessarily mean that you're thinking about the needs and priorities and interests of other communities around you that will be affected by your actions. So these the decisions that these groups make will have numerous knock-on consequences, and these can only be peace positive if they are governed under a national framework which acknowledges the need to have certain standards in place around deforestation, around ensuring sensitive responses to water user groups, for example. So yes, so community-based adaptation is imperative, and grassroots realities need to be reflected in policy processes, and policies need to be acknowledging the realities on the ground, and it's understanding that linkage that we need to focus on, not just prioritising one or the other.